Do your headers in FC25 feel like this? Do you want them to look more like this? Do you even speak, bro? Why are you being so weird? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you the tools to turn your headers from this to this, with gameplay settings, tips and tricks, and setup suggestions. And you know, you can even use my slider setup, link in the description if you fancy it. So I'm going to break this video down into 4 parts. Players to use, formations and tactics, gameplay settings, and tips, tricks and techniques. And after that, you won't even be able to stop with the head. You'll be like your missus after bottomless brunch with the girls. So first, players to use. Now, other than finding a big man, if you're someone who uses wing play, crosses and headers are your thing. Your bad lad up front needs to have aerial or power header play styles to make the most of it. But also, this applies to your centre backs when coming up for corners. But sometimes, the lower rated players don't have the play styles. But in that case, you just need to keep an eye out for the player's heading stats. Or choose players that have good potential to grow and choose the balance or target forward development plans. And don't forget about the players that are delivering the crosses too, looking for about 75 minimum on their crossing stats. Now onto the formations to use. Now I found the best formations are the 4-4-2, 4-1-2-1-2, or the 3-5-2, something that gives you 2 strikers. You can then choose to have one drop in and one stay high, or get them both attacking balls into the box. Your wide players will need to be out and out wingers or wide midfielders, hugging those touch lines, and your aerial threat set to target forward, or my personal favourite, poacher. That'll stop them coming short or drifting out wide. Now the gameplay settings are the most important part to this. Now you want to have the preset on custom, assisted headers off. Now hear me out, like precision shooting, this will reward you for your accuracy and placement of your shots and headers. It will be more effective when you get the aim, the power and the timings all right. It takes practice, but when you get there, it's worth it. And lob passes and crosses must also be on manual. This will mean that you still get the variety of slinging balls up to your brick shithouse, allowing them to knock down to your onrushing cam or flick it onto his strike partner. And again, listen, if you want to see my slider setup for realistic gameplay, the link's down there in the description. And listen, I don't want to toot my own horn, but toot toot, you know. Now if you're using this in game, let's face it, crossing's the most important part of this, because without the ball in, there's no chance of you scoring anything. Too far towards the goalkeeper, and your player will either volley it or the keeper's going to collect it. But too far the other way, and your striker's just going to run underneath the cross. So it's important to aim just in front or towards the player themselves for the best possible results. Using the normal square or X to cross, I found if you angle yourself about 45 degrees / running towards the box, gives you the best possible results. And between 1.5 and 2.5 bars depending on the position of the receiver. Other crosses that have worked in recent weeks, the early cross, so it's L1 and square or LB and X, or the whipped cross, hold L1 and R1 and press square, or LB and RB and press X if you're on Xbox. Trivela crosses and skill crosses work as well rather than swinging them in on your weak foot. For that, hold L2 and square, or LT and X on Xbox. And I found free kicks in this area very effective when whipping it in with pace and power. All instructions are shown on the screen right now. And finally, corners are still a bit tough as contested headers still seem a little bit weak. I did score 2 in one game early this week, so... But if you're finding all this info flying at you like a pair of melons at a strip club, I would suggest you use the trainer. The direction arrows to show exactly where you're aiming your cross, and the shot guide to help you to get to grips with the manual headers and precision shooting. But the more you practice this, the more proficient you will become, turning "she won't sit on my lap" to Liam Delap, and you can't give out wood into Chris himself. I mean, look at a stooping Jan, bless him, he knows what's coming. So with that being said then geezers, that is it from me. Hope these tips and tricks help you out a little bit. I know it's tough going, but I tell ya, we'll get there together. But as always, I'll see you next Saturday with another video. New series coming, by the way. Get on that. But it's much love from me. I'll see you in a bit, and peace.